Hey everybody, David and David here from Payette.com and Upphone.com, and in this video we're going to tell you about 8 iPhone settings you should never change.
Every Apple tech will tell you that our first setting is one of the most common reasons why people come into the Apple Store, especially when their iPhone won't connect to websites, even though it's connected to Wi-Fi. Let's head into the Settings app and talk about date and time settings.
Yep. So open Settings, scroll down and tap General, and then tap Date and Time.
Never turn off Set Automatically, and even if you do, never change the date and time manually on your iPhone. And the reason is that secure websites use what's called the SSL certificate, which is dated. And part of the way that websites maintain their security is by checking, is the date on the phone the same as the date of the certificate? As soon as they get out of whack, the websites will stop working completely. But there's no alert on the iPhone that says, hey, this is why this is happening. So never change the date on your iPhone manually.
Yep, before we get to our next tip, we just want to say, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500,000. Takes 2 seconds.
And if we're already there, hit it anyway, because we're probably going to get there pretty soon.
Next, let's talk about MMS and SMS messaging.
Every message that's not an iMessage is either an MMS multimedia, picture messages, or regular old school SMS text messages. Let's head to that part of the Settings app.
I'll tap back to General, back to the main page of Settings, and then scroll down to Messages. I'm going to scroll down here to Send as SMS and the SMS and MMS settings.
Right. So Send as SMS, don't touch it. MMS messaging, don't touch it. Group messaging, don't touch it. If these get turned off, then you won't be able to send or receive messages or group text messages with your friends that don't have iPhones. So another common reason why people come into the Apple Store, they don't know what this is, they turn it off, they get in trouble. What's next?
Next, let's talk about auto brightness. I'm going to go back to the main page of the Settings app, scroll up to Accessibility, and then tap on Display and Text Size, and scroll all the way down here to Auto Brightness.
This is more of a battery-saving feature. Auto brightness, for me, I just have it on all the time. Leave it on all the time. It will save your iPhone battery.
Absolutely. And while we're here, let's talk about Reduce White Point. If you turn this on, you can also save some battery life.
Right, so you can change that. I leave this on all the time for me, and 50%, just like you do. The next setting we're going to talk about is Zoom. And unless you know how to use this, it can be extremely difficult to get out of. And people would come to the Apple Store and wonder what the heck was going on with their phones. The fix is pretty simple, but just don't turn it on. Let's go about that.
Back to the main accessibility page and tap on Zoom. So why don't I turn on Zoom, show you what that looks like.
Whoa. So most people don't know how to get out of this. And a lot of the time they'll turn this on with good intentions. They want to be able to zoom in, but they can't, they get stuck. And the way to get out of this is to 3-finger tap twice on the screen. So this is one of those things that people would come into the Apple Store with, and we'd fix it in 2 seconds, and then they'd say, why did I drive 4 hours to get here?
Could have Googled it.
Sorry. Yep, could have watched this YouTube video in the future.
Yeah, so next we're going to go into the phone section of the Settings app. I'm going to turn off Zoom, tap back to Accessibility, tap back to Settings, scroll down to Phone, and we want to talk about My Number.
So, although there is a My Number setting here, and you can actually go in there and change it, it doesn't actually change your number on the cell phone networks. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the number on your iPhone, in your contact. Maybe it has something to do with activation settings for iMessage. But if you change it here, all that's going to happen is it's going to break things on your phone. So don't change this setting. Everything is, it should be correct.
Yeah, well, if it's not your phone number, maybe you change it to your phone number.
Yeah, unless it's wrong, then definitely change it. Yeah, don't mess with this.
Next, we're going to go and talk about Safari. I'll go back to the Settings app main page, and then right below Phone, Safari. We want to talk about blocking all cookies, and you shouldn't block all cookies because some cookies are good.
Cookies are little tiny files that save little bits of data about how you're using your iPhone on the iPhone itself.
Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other things that starts with C.
And they're not all bad. The bad ones are the cross-site tracker cookies, which the iPhone selectively blocks, which is excellent. But the good ones help you to do things like save playlists online in Pandora, for instance, or add items to a shopping cart, and then the shopping cart isn't empty every time you go to the next page on that website. It's a cookie that allows that data to be stored on your iPhone. So leave this one on or else you're going to have some problems with websites.
Yep. Next, let's go back to the main page of Settings, scroll all the way up to Wi-Fi, and then tap on the information button next to your Wi-Fi network. And we're going to talk about a couple things here. starting with configure IP.
Yeah, configure IP, don't change this stuff unless you know exactly what you're doing. This is all established automatically by your Wi-Fi router, and this can change pretty much for every Wi-Fi access point, different settings. That's why Meowie 5G, which is my iPhone network, has its own settings that automatically get configured. As soon as David were to go in there and start to change things, his iPhone would lose its connection to the internet completely. So,
I'll tap back.
The next thing is private address. Private address helps your iPhone stay anonymous as it goes from one Wi-Fi network to the next. So, leaving this on is a good way to protect your privacy. Just don't turn it off.
For more iPhone privacy tips, check out our video all about iPhone privacy settings. Link to that in the card above and the description section below.
And because archaeologists have recently discovered what the 11th commandment would have been if Moses hadn't broken his chisel, thou shalt subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Yeah, give this video a thumbs up as well, and leave a comment down below if you have any other questions. Once again, thank you for watching.